Okay, here we are. Welcome to the Beauty and Violence podcast. Ciryl Gane versus Volkov. Thoughts?
Listen, man. Ciryl Gane is proving to be he has proved to be the most dangerous prospect in that division. Like he keeps himself out of danger more than any other guy in that division. His jab is like a fucking cobra. That thing just comes in so untelegraphed with so much pop, and he can go for 5 rounds like no other. I think he's for sure the most dangerous guy against Ngannou. That being said, Ngannou is literally King Kong, and that's still going to be a tall task. What do
Yeah.
you guys think?
So, first off, I apologize for my appearance. I'm a little under the weather here, but yeah, um, that whole fight, Gon is one of the most perfect fighters I've seen. He's giving me Adesanya vibes, and I'm gonna say that clearly because even in those rare occasions where he's in trouble, he never looks like he's in trouble. He's always staring at his opponent, trying to figure out why that happened, and he's so good. You know, when that fight first started, I got a weird vibe because the minute gone through the first strike, they're like, "Oh, Gon's so super fast." When Volkov already threw like 4 lightning fast kicks, and I was like, "Let's not do this again with the commentary." I was gonna get pissed, but man, it's speed, precision, striking, feinting, an absolute clinic. And has a chin. He got hit a couple times. He's gotten hit a lot of times in his career. I mean, like I Rose said it. He is the scariest man for Ngannou. Again, a motivated Derek Lewis is terrifying. Ngannou has his hands full. If you think about it, potentially, if Ngannou wins, his next 3 wins should be Derek Lewis, potentially John Jones, and Ciryl Gane.
Ugh,
Jesus Christ.
that's a tall order, man.
Jesus Christ. Who has a harder next 3 fights than Ngannou? My goodness. The heavyweight division to me has like never been better. Never. Even during Cain Velasquez, even during Tim Sylvia, which was awesome. I think right now where we're at is so fun.
There's only one guy with a harder 3 fights next, and that's Aljamain Sterling. And
Oh,
that's about it.
that's amazing, Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are the best. Skill, precision, technique. Like he moves like a lightweight or something, and he's very hard to hit. So Ciryl Gane is probably going to be the hardest task, in my opinion, at the moment for John Jones. He trains with Francis Ngannou. Well, he used to train with him as well. So that's interesting to see how those training sessions went. But once again, great performance. He really picked up the volume going towards the later rounds and showed, okay, I'm going to stand here, stand my ground a bit, and trade shots with him. Uh, Amazing fight.
Incredible. Incredible.
And and styles make fights, right? So like I see Ngannou still having the advantage over like Ciryl Gane just because of the danger that Ciryl Gane will be in the entire fight. But at the same time, when I look at Ciryl Gane versus like John Jones, I see a trickier matchup for John Jones. Not necessarily harder, but like trickier because the guy is a heavyweight who has better footwork than most of the guys in light heavyweight division.
Seriously.
So, that's insane.
That's the fears because that danger fear is gonna be with anybody that fights Ngannou. Anybody. But
Right.
this man has the movement and the timing and the power. He's got power too. He's got everything to combat that. It's gonna
Yeah.
be that's gonna be crazy. And speaking
And
on styles make fights,
mhm.
I wanna go to the co-main event. Bozer and OSP, if y'all don't mind. Are we done with
Yeah,
Gun?
we're done. No, we're done.
So I think that was a nightmare matchup for OSP. I think it was a terrible idea to take that fight shorthanded because Bozer is literally his name, the bulldozer, from the very minute he starts. Anyone who watches OSP, he naps during the first round mostly, kind of chills out, whatever. And Bozer was beating the piss out of him in the first round. I just and I want to make it clear, I watched it multiple times today. He did not grab that cage. OSP is now challenging the call, the fight
Yeah.
currently. So, and you watch it. He made a fist and put his hand on the cage. He did not grab the cage. He's gonna lose that, just like he lost the fight, and he needs to go. Love OSP. A lot of good memories. Time to go. OSP is in like a Tyron Woodley phase for me right now. He doesn't seem to get it moving. He's just kind of like he's just standing there getting his legs ripped apart. You know, and he's normally the guy that does that. And it's just I don't see why he's still in the UFC. I'm gonna be real with you. He's the definition of a gatekeeper right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think the OSP hasn't evolved. He hasn't shown any evolution in his last four fights. When he wins, it's usually because he gets lucky and he uses his strength for wrestling, or he throws up a Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner Boza, I knew going into the fight that it was going to go two ways: either complete destruction, or OSP pulls some high kick or something like randomly out of his ass after getting destroyed for the entire fight. But Tanner Boza, one thing about him I respect is that he reminds me of a redneck or a hillbilly, but he's a very skilled martial artist, very good all around, good kicks, good speed, very smart fighter as well. So Tanner Boza absolutely decapitated him.
Yeah,
Um, this is a complete massacre. So yeah,
crazy.
great performance.
And you guys touched on it, right? Tanner Bozer, the bulldozer, right? The bulldozer Bozer, right? And the thing is, he when you look at the style matchup, you see OSP, he's usually very slow in the beginning. And so you have the fact that he's slow, that he starts off slow, and then you have the fact that he's also at heavyweight. So to me, that's a double negative for OSP. And I feel like OSP. First of all, when did OSP get so old? Like I never realized that OSP. I didn't realize that OSP is like 38 now.
Yeah,
Like
he's been in the
that.
game a while, bro. A while.
Yeah, that caught me off guard because like the first time I seen him fight was against John Jones. So I didn't really know about OSP before that. Like so for me, it's like OSP is like someone from the newer generation. So yeah, that caught me off guard.
That's why I put it the way where I said thanks for the memories, because I am a fan of OSP. And the fan of OSP and me wants the UFC to cut him. I think he's not doing anything for his name by staying there. I don't think he's on that level anymore. He needs to realize it. If you want to keep fighting, cool, but do it somewhere where it's more your platform now. Like I get it, but don't be that name for people to move up with. Don't be that guy. You know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's where he's at right now.
And I want to add, like any professional fighter that walks around with a missing front tooth, like gives zero fucks and is willing to put himself in any kind of line of danger. Like he literally gives no fucks. He's a redneck from wherever he's from, and his style just adds more destruction to everything.
Yeah, when I saw that promo, I was like, yeah, right. He didn't give a shit. He just had that missing tooth. Funny.
He doesn't give a fuck, bro.
All right. Valiev Barcelos.
Oh my
Man,
god.
I mean,
Woo.
talk about the definition of perseverance and heart and wanting it, bro. Valiev, holy shit, bro. Holy shit. It was like the way I saw the fight, it was like the first round, like Barcelos was really planted. He had that like Muay Thai stance. He wasn't really doing it. And Valiev was all over the place, right? So it kind of didn't fit him well. He didn't really do anything. And Valiev took that first round. And then that same planted nature worked for Barcelos in the second round and cracked his shit, wobbled him 3 different times, hit him with a crazy ass knee, a crazy ass uppercut. It was bugged out, bro. And he barely could make it to his corner. And then comes out looking like it's the first round. What the hell?
That's insane.
Bro.
Mhm.
And no knock to Barcelos. He's a fucking beast too. You know, take this as a learning lesson. I like that guy. He's a beast. He has a win over a guy with the last name Nurmagomedov. This is a real deal dude right here. anybody who can beat one of those guys has my fucking respect. He's gonna come back strong. But Valiev, Jesus Christ.
Man, listen, Barcelos, like you said, his that planted nature worked for him in the second round.
Mm.
Why? Because a lot of times, like these type of fighters who are like very like I don't know, like very planted, they usually have pretty good precision. Like and they're very explosive at that. So they got the precision and they got the explosiveness. I'll mention a few people who fall into that category: Edson Barbosa, Jose Aldo. You know what I'm saying? These guys are more planted, they're more linear, and when they crack, they crack. Now, a lot of times you don't find a guy like Valiev who has like crazy lateral movement, who's also like really powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more touch and go, volume type of vibes.
Yeah.
But that being said, man, that was amazing how he was able to not only like withstand like that kind of damage, right? But then come in the third round, basically like he hadn't taken any of that damage. Like his recovery bar is like insane. Like if this was a video game, this dude went back to like 90%. like
Yep.
like
Yep.
like you understand what I'm saying? Like a Street
Legit.
Fighter game. Yeah, I mean, I think this just like one little mistake that Barcelos made. When he had Valiev like really hurt, I think if he would have like disengaged and got off the ground and stood up and then went and like let him stand up, to see if he's gonna recover and just like, rock him again. I think that would have been his best chance to finish it. Even though there was a little bit of time, I think he would have had a better shot finishing him at that point.
I mean, in hindsight, I can see why you say that, but during the fight, you're trying to get that finish, man. Like he didn't know Valiev was gonna come out like an animal in the third round.
Yeah, yeah. So going into the fight, I knew it was going to be a great fight. I knew that it was going to be probably one of the best fights on the card. And shout outs for Valier. He saved my parlay. He came through, and the volume, the pressure, the dude was just the gas tank was incredible. I mean, I've seen him train with his beat, so I know how good this guy is. But the other guy, the Brazilian guy he fought, is also a dangerous guy. He's an animal. So both guys are going to be great additions to that weight division. Um, great fight, great fight. The pressure was incredible. So I'm curious to see what the future holds for both guys.
But one last person I want to touch on before I get out of here, because I'm becoming more and more of a fan of this guy. And it's funny that I don't know his name, but the guy from Kazakhstan. What's his name?
No, Rachmanov, is it?
Oh, Rachmanov. Man, son. Rachmanov, I'm becoming a bigger and bigger fan of him, because this dude has his defensive wrestling is like breathing for him. And they've mentioned a few times that in Kazakhstan, that style that he has is supposed to be the answer to the Dagestan wrestling. So their style of fighting, I mean, is supposed to be the answer to the style that Dagestan brings.
The kryptonite.
So that excites me. That's like a legit comic book type of thing. So not only was I impressed by his performance, but I can't wait to see him fight against like a Dagestani style. So what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was super impressed. He's very well rounded. His defensive wrestling is like casual. It's not like he's like, oh, okay, I got to remember to do this. Like it's like breathing for him. And for me, that makes it. For me, it just gives me intrigue. Like if he goes against someone like mind you, he's in Hamzat's division. You know what I'm saying? So the idea of seeing those two meet up is like, oh man, it's insane. Because what person would be more fascinating to watch him fight? Like someone polarizing like Hamzat. Hamzat's not only he's not only that dude, but he's also like a really menacing dude. Like he looks menacing, he is menacing. He's everything that you want to see in a fighter and a champion type of, so I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the future holds for Rachmanov.
All right, so you know what? Being that we all have, you know, we're all a little under the weather and have things to do. What we can do is finish this on Saturday. What we can do is do a prediction card for the Conor Poirier. You know, since Saturday's no card coming up.
I
Oh,
want
okay.
I want to do I wanted to say one funny thing about this card.
All
This
right.
card is like one of the best funny nickname cards. Now, if you think Andre Touchy Feely,
Yeah,
like if
touchy
that's not
feely.
like the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
When I first heard that name, like the first thing I thought of was a pedophile,
It's
or
hilarious.
or 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 a Me Too movement. Like that's all. That's the two things that came to my mind.
And you had the Dirty Bird versus the Danish Dynamite. It's like the greatest nickname card ever. This is fantastic.
Dirty Bird actually fits him though, right?
Huh?
Dirty Bird actually fits that guy.
100%. 100%.
The last thing I want to say is that this was one of the biggest sleepers I've ever seen. Literally every fight was amazing.
Yep.
Every single fight on this card was amazing. I can honestly say that.
And I want to give a quick shout out to my good friend, my boo, Dariela Colon. She had her first amateur MMA fight, and she came through with the victory, 29-28, baby.
Wow. Okay.
Love you, baby.
I love it. I love it. Dadiela, congrats.
Congrats for
Yes,
sure.
I can't wait till your next fight because I'm definitely gonna try to make it out.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
That being said, that's it for today. We're gonna see you guys soon. I'm
Feel better,
hype.
boys.
Yeah. All right. Peace out.